What's up everyone, Nethervvoid here with a new series for you, Stellaris, and I know I'm really late to the party on this one, but I thought, I've got this gap in games, and I can play a new game, and I looked over a bunch of different games that I saw on Steam and things like that, and Stellaris fits this channel best, and it's really something I actually wanted to play, but I felt like, I missed the boat, and so I felt like it was not really worthwhile to play because it's getting a little older now, and the hype for it is dying out, but I put out a poll on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I do a lot of tweets, 8 to 10 tweets a day or something like that. It doesn't really matter, but it's a way to follow what I'm doing and get these kind of polls as to what games I'm playing and have some input. More input than you would normally have, I guess. So Stellaris was picked on the list of other games. I think the other ones were Prison Architect and a second season of Factorio, I think. Stellaris was the only one with votes, and I got 2 votes. So we're going to play Stellaris. Got it on Steam sale for $35. You can probably get it on for $40 on Steam. The link's in the video description. We're going to go new game. I've got kind of a backstory of what I want to do, which is pretty normal for me. We're going to create a new empire here. I kind of want to just edit the Earth one, though, because I'm going to pick a lot of the Earth stuff, sort of. So what we're going to do is the background here is that humans, realizing that our planet was kind of doomed, made some genetically altered cockroaches that we're sending away to some other system to colonize that system and maybe get back to us and help us out later or something like that. So that's what we did. We genetically altered these cockroaches and sent them out to colonize another planet. So that's what we're going to go with. That's them right there. And genetically mutated. Species name. I don't know. What are we going to call this? I don't know. I didn't think about this part. Probably Roaches. Because basically we sent them out, right? Actually, we could just do an experiment name. Yeah, I think they don't, probably name themselves. Let me think. I might cut this part out, but we will see. I didn't really think of a name. Maybe they could just be the first. That's interesting. I think Roaches. Right? Plural. Roaches, isn't that the same thing? Human? Oh, okay. Roach will be the name, like, of one dude. Roaches. Adjective. Roach. Alright, so there we go. Biography. Genetically engineered cockroaches from Earth sent out to the nearest habitable a habitable planet by humans. Sent out by humans to colonize, to test colonization of a new world by a species, by a space, by a species. So, like, maybe this was an experiment by humans to see what it would be like. Like, what would happen, how would they progress, like, maybe learn some things before humans tried to do it. So that's what we did there. Name lists. Anthropod 1. I guess this would be fine. Do we want long names or short names? I want to do short names because what we're going to do is, so the roaches have lived there a long time, and they're kind of coming to the point where they're coming to the singularity where organic species and mecha species are going to merge. They're going to convert themselves over to robots because the robots live forever, right? And you can transfer your conscious around through servers and computers and stuff and put yourself into a new body. So we're going to call these guys, let's see. Their ship prefixes are going to be E for extension of themselves. They're becoming a singular conscious, and they're really starting to push away emotion and things like that. It's kind of a new time for this race here. Their traits, they're mainly going to be science-based. I thought you got to pick Oh, government. Okay, so we're going to pick some traits here. We're going to pick industrious minerals plus 15%. Food, energy credits. I'm definitely going to pick intelligent because I like the science output. We're going to take nomadic and quick learners away because we want to do different traits than humans. And then we're going to probably going to pick a downfall too, so we can pick one more. So let's pick something negative here. Slow breeders could be good, although the cockroaches are really fast, so that's kind of stupid. Slow learners, that's probably bad. They're definitely not weak. Roaches are really strong. Migration speed and resettlement cost. I don't know what those really do yet. I know a lot about the game. I've played this for a little while, but I have not gotten super deep into all what of these things are here. So, other species happiness. Yeah, they're repugnant. They're roaches, right? That gives us an extra point. That's kind of good. We don't care about that too much. Garrison health. Charismatic, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? We don't care about that. Nope. Rapid breeders, growth time. That's much like roaches. Quick learners. Leader experience gain. That's probably good. Strong, army damage, and minerals. That would fit roaches, so would rapid breeders. I think growth time is... This species produces increasing population growth. That's probably true of roaches, and why they were chosen, right? I think strong is good, but I don't really care that much about army damage, and minerals is good, though. Nomadic. This species has nomadic past, and its members often think nothing of relocating to another world. That could be really good. Migration and resettlement cost. It's either that or rapid breeders. I think I'm going to do migration. They're nomadic. There we go. So those are some good traits. Although, what did I pick last time? I think I picked up industrious minerals for 15%. That's pretty good. But I think these are good. These are good traits. So, starting ruler is a male. What's the female? What's the difference? I don't see any difference at all. So, bow key. Actually, we're going to use numbers for all these dudes. Because, again, they're becoming a collective conscious. So this guy is 18853, fourth in that batch. Ruler title, male. First. Heir title, male. I can't select it? Why not? Not applicable? So he's first of his kind. Color variants. Well, it doesn't really matter. I think I'll pick that color. There's really no clothing or anything. That's interesting. Alright, so that's the species. So we're going to pick that we ship them to an arid world. And that's why we needed to use roaches, because it's a dry, rocky world with a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. The dust-covered terrain consists largely of mesas and canyons. It's very dry here. Forests can be found in the more temperate polar regions, but vegetation is otherwise scarce. And this race, this species, is specifically designed to live in this arid world. We're going to name their world... let's see. They do remember their Earth past, so we're going to call this New Earth. Actually, should they keep their experimental name? Or maybe since they've come into their own, they've chosen a new name for their world? I think they'll pick a name that was more like their past, not the new conscious piece. We'll call it, let's see if it'll pick a good name for us. No, that's no. Bo Key Ross. Star name Vidranks. Okay, that works. Again, shot out into some place in the system, in the galaxy, right? Starting solar system is going to be random. It just determines the layout, but not the location. Their goal is to find Earth again, to go back to their creators. That's the goal of this race, or this species right now. So we've got all the preferences. As you can see, Arid's the preferred world type. We can genetically alter them in the future to live on other worlds and stuff a little bit easier. But for now, we'll pick that. City appearances, mammalian, reptilian. I don't think it matters that much. That's kind of neat. I think we're going to pick reptilian, probably. Avian looks neat, too. Yeah, I like reptilian. Ross. So these guys are definitely scientists. Fanatic materialists. They're definitely scientists. Let's take all this stuff off. You can see that the background changes with what you pick here. Although pacifist doesn't change, so that's interesting. But they all have their kind of background images, which are kind of neat. Also, what traits you pick for government and ethics changes the style of government you can choose. So if you see, if I pick this, I can only pick indirect democracy. But if I pick collectivist, which slavery is okay for this people because they kind of were, you know, not of their choice, and roaches, you know, not having the most emotion, and being collectivists, they don't care about slavery. That's really just serving the common purpose, the common good. So to them, it's not a big deal. So we're going to pick collectivist, so slavery is okay. But we're also going to... Oh! There we go. I don't know why it unclicked that. That's interesting. So we can pick from these 4 government types. We can have an extra research. For the way science works is it's kind of randomly chosen based off of what you can choose at that time. It picks 3 random things that you can choose from. So this would allow us 1 extra one. So we'd get 4 choices when we went into the new science. That's pretty good. This is research speed bonus, and research station build cost is less by 25%. This gives you extra energy, minerals, and mining station is cheaper. That's really an awesome government as well. But I'm going to pick this. Despotic Empire, there's 1 supreme ruler. As being a collective, that's kind of how it would work. 1 person kind of rules everything, and you get building cost on planets that are negative 15% there. That's awesome on all planets. Slave mineral output is up 10%, and food output is up 10%. Kind of goes with our slaving mentality. So we're going to pick Despotic Empire, which means 1 guy rules everything, 1 person, 1 being, right? Let's pick that. United Nations of Earth. No, we're going to be Hive Mind. We're the Hive. But it's not really a hive. How about Singularity? So the Singularity is coming to be. That's what they want to call themselves, the collective, or they can just be the collective. But if you put the collective, it kind of screws with the wording. You can put, it'll kind of do the something, so sometimes you just need to get rid of the thes in the beginning. Adjective, we'll call these, let me think. So this is like human ship, human world, that kind of thing. So this will be, the collective. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, there we go. So there you go. Getting right onto it, let's do a flag. We're going to use Earth as the flag because these guys really feel like Earth is their home planet, right? We might go with that, though, or maybe a gray. They're looking for Earth. Earth is kind of like their god, right? That's where the gods live, in a sense, and that hasn't faded completely out. I would like to pick something else, kind of, but I feel like Earth really fits. That really fits really well. So I think we're going to keep it. I don't really want a secondary color because it just looks funky to me, I think. Maybe we could do that, like blue planet or something. I don't know, I kind of like just black. It's kind of neat. There's also this, but I think the Earth one really works well. Plus, when they find Earth, they'll be like kind of wanting to be their friends and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen with humans. They might not like them. We're going to go with missile weapons because they're very balanced. Projectile weapons are good against shields, and energy weapons are good against armor and hull. And missile weapons are good all around, so I'm just going to pick those. They're also longer range, but they can get hit by point defense, so there's kind of some little bit of a downside too. Warp travel, I think, new players, that's definitely me. These are just more advanced types of travel, so I'm going to pick warp travel. I'm not sure I'll ever do a second season of this. We might not, another playthrough. But we'll do the easier method for that. Ship appearance, we're going to go with... I think the Anthropod ships look pretty cool. I think this is definitely what Roaches would pick. That looks kind of neat. So there we go. We've got our new species. Despotic Empire. We've got some collectivists. They're slavers, and they're scientists. They're very intelligent for extra science, extra science. I'm really going to go for pushing that really advanced species so that when I fight other people, I don't have to use as many ships. I can just jack them up, right? Other species will not be as happy when we conquer them. Migration speed, we are fine moving off our world to other worlds. Nuclear missiles, warp travel, and that's our ship type, so that's kind of neat. And we're going to Bokiros as our home planet, and it's an Arab world. So, save, I guess. Collective is saved, we are done. Galaxy size, we'll just go with medium. I used to like really large maps, and in a normal playthrough, like by myself, I'd probably do that, but with a Let's Play, smaller maps are generally better, like a medium size is usually the best. Since we're going in the Milky Way, I'm going to pick a four-arm spiral galaxy. 17 AI empires, we'll just leave all this the same. AI aggressiveness, normal, and normal for difficulty. Allow fast and light method, any are fine, and then Iron Man mode is off because I'm just brand new to me, so I probably will screw up a lot. Also with Let's Plays, it's kind of hard to do Iron Man because you kind of need saves in case something gets screwed up or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and play, and this is where I'm going to cut the video. I'll be right back because sometimes the generation screws the video up as it takes up all the CPU and it lags the video capture and stuff. So hold on a second. We'll come back after everything's generated. Alright, we're back, and it's all generated up and everything. The Collective, Government, Despotic Empire, Ruler, 18853-4. He is a level 1. Roach. Warp travel, Bokiros is their home world, blah blah blah, we already saw all that stuff. So, much has happened since modern humans first emerged in Africa some 200,000 years ago. That's funny that they give me the thing from humans. Our kind spread rapidly across most of the globe, and blah 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 about humans. And then, humans sent genetically altered roaches to send to an alien world to see how habitation would go and how they would fare. Because humans wanted to do the same soon when their planet was getting old and the population was growing rapidly. So, let's begin.
Your Imperial Majesty.
We're gonna do full
Building
tutorial
a star
on for now.
empire can be a daunting
So we got
task.
situation
To
log.
help get things started.
That's fine. The situation log is basically where you can see kind of what's going on if you have quests and things like that.
Special projects and
That's fine. That's great. So right now we have survey the home system. I don't think I get anything from this. I think it's just a tutorial part, so it's not that big of a deal. We start off with some ships. There's Bokiros right there, our home planet. We start off with a small, really crappy fleet with 72 military power, which is really tiny. It's 3 Corvette class units. Really bad military. It gets crushed really fast. This is our space station, which where we build ships and we can build modules on the space station. It also helps protect Earth. It's got a lot of firepower for the beginning anyway, which kind of helps you have a little bit of a place where you can project your power and not get stomped in like 2 seconds. Science vessel. This is what we use to survey systems. You can't build anything on a planet or whatever, or colonize a planet unless you've surveyed it with a science ship. They also will find different anomalies you can get for special research and things like that, which you'll see as we play. It costs, as you see maintenance there, 1 energy credit per whatever, but basically you can see energy credits right here. Energy credits are energy, just like, you know, nuclear power and things, but in this modern society, in this modern, galactic universe, energy credits are traded. This is the money, this is the currency. These are minerals, this is how you build ships and different things like that. And then we've got influence, which helps you with setting up laws and different things like that, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Also hiring new leaders. These are the science. There's 3 different types of science here. We've got physics research, which is mainly for warp drives and things like that. Society research, which is like making a colony ship, researching how to do that. Different types of government, things like that. And then we've got engineering research, which helps you with like armor, different things like that, just stuff related to engineering, power plants, things like that. So we've got to set up our research here in a second. We have no strategic resources. We can currently directly control 5 colonized systems. We'll talk about that in a little while as we get there. And we have 3 out of 12 possible warships right now. We can improve that with different technologies and things like that. So that's kind of how this works. You got the Empire key right here, which is kind of normal. This is what you see in all 4X games. Bokiros is our only world right now. It has 7 population, things like that. Really, really simple stuff. We have a governor, which is kind of neat. We've got contacts, which is what you see for other empires and things like that, and other stuff like that, which we'll talk about in a little while. Then we've got ship designer. You can add new modules to your ships. As you get better warp drives and as you get better weapons and things like that, you can add them here, which is kind of cool. Actually, I really want to switch this out with medium missiles. I wonder if I can do that real quick. Nuclear missiles. Does it have a large... I don't know if it has a medium space slot here. I don't think it does. No, it just has 3 small slots. We can change that, though, because we can change the type of ship we're using. See, 1 small, 1 medium. This will give us longer missile range. Utility slots is the same, but we can have bigger missiles, so that's good. There we go. And then small missiles. I think these have larger range. They have better detonation, too. More damage. Range is 70, range is 50. So it gets us a little more range. I think that's a little bit better. Let's put fission reactor in there. Still power, not enough power. There we go, a little extra power there to run our ship. I like that. Tarkin. These are definitely older names, right? Because as we design new variants, we'll just consider this an old variant. We will start naming them with numbers. Save. That's fine, we want to overwrite it. It's cool. So that's the ship designer, and then we've got situational log we already talked about. Now let's talk about tech. We've only got about 10 minutes left, but I think we'll be fine. So this is where we're going to do research. We have 3 different research guys. We've got the physics guy, we've got the society guy, and the engineering guy, right? And they have their own scientists with different bonuses. This guy his expertise is voidcraft. So for when you research voidcraft, it gets 10% speed, right? So he currently has extra 2% research speed. I think that's from our special abilities, not positive though. Effectively, blah blah blah. I think because he's level 1, you get 2% per level, I think. So what's this guy's bonus? Experience gain 15%, he'll level faster, same with this guy. So these guys will eventually die. They're 39, 40, and 39, and when they die, you get a new guy who starts out, I think, at level 1. I'm not positive. We're going to start doing some research here. So solar panel network, I think that's something you build on the planet. That'll get us 3 energy credits, which we have +6 right now, and this means we're going to be gathering an extra 6. But all like special stations and stuff can take maintenance and energy, right? You have to power them. So that could be good to get. Fusion reactor, this is a little bit more energy storage on our ships. We don't really need that quite yet. And this is something you build on the surface of the planet too that gets you extra science. We're going to go with the solar panel network, I think, because I want to build up my energy so I can build more stations and stuff like that. This is really important. We want to get colony ship because we need to expand immediately. This game is really big time on expansion in the beginning because you start pretty close to other civilizations if you picked a lot of them like we did 17, right? So we want to get that really quick. It also unlocks an edict, which is a law you can put on your planet, which in this case lasts 10 years and gets us 15% extra energy credits out of that planet. And it costs influence to do that. Naval capacity plus 10%, that's like what I talked about. It'll put this up like 2 or something like that. And then we have monthly influence going up here. Instead of getting +3, we get +4. And it allows another edict with happiness, boosting happiness here. Also, there are rare techs that you can get. You always want to get those. These are not rare techs. These are just the normal techs, so we won't pick any of them. They don't always come up. It's a random chance. So when you see it and you pick something else, that rare tech will probably not come up again, so you might want to pick it right when you see it. We're going to pick colony ship. We need to get to that immediately. You can see that's going to take longer than these other ones by a little ways. It's very important to get, though, pretty much immediately. Again, missiles. These are better missiles than our current missiles. We might want to get that. Engineering facility. That's much like the previous science, but it gets us extra engineering. Defense platform. This helps us build defensive platforms that are not near a planet or something. It's kind of like a strategic thing. We're going to go with fusion missiles. I'm going to try to get a better ship kind of right out of the gate because the ones we start out with really suck. So let's go with fusion missiles there. There, now all of our science is picked. We're starting research. And hold on, I need to clear my throat. And drink some water. Now we're going to click our science ship here. And we're going to basically... no, we don't want to do that. That's odd. We want to... We don't have a moon. That's interesting. No, we don't want to order. We don't want to orbit. We want to... Oh, okay. This starts out already surveyed. When I first started this, Earth didn't. I don't know why. We're going to start this thing up to say, I want you to survey the entire system. And it sets up a survey route. So it's my science vessel is going to fly all around the solar system and check stuff out. Sometimes you can get minerals or energy if you put like a mining station here. So it's going to tell me what I can do. It's just going to basically let her rip. You can see it's got something to do now, and it's going to continue to do it until it finishes the whole system. Here's a construction ship right here, which is what we do. Used to build mining stations and things you can see down here. Frontier outpost, which will expand our galaxy presence, are basically what we control. There's a bunch of different things you can do here. Research station as well. Kind of neat. We really don't have a use for that right now. We'll be building that in the future, doing stuff with that. If you hit M, you go to the galaxy map. You can see this is where I am, the collective. This is all my territory. I can colonize any star systems inside this blue ring right here. Okay? So I've got a lot of stars to survey and check out. So this guy, he's barely outside of my ring. I can't colonize him. Well, I can colonize him, but I can't build any like mining stations or anything here. And what you want to do is kind of expand outside of your border, because it'll increase your little ring. And when this system is in my ring, no other species can put anything in here. They can't colonize it, they can't mine it, they can't do anything. So in effect, this is my area. I get these stars already. So what I want to do is get out here and survey different stars and stuff so I can start expanding almost immediately. So we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to build at my my space station here. I'm going to build a new science vessel right off the bat, because I want to basically explore in two different directions. So it's 100 minerals and takes 60, I think, months or something like that. It's also going to cost an extra 1 maintenance per month or whatever it is. So you'll see it go down to 4, I believe, when it's built. So you can see the progress there. And then I'm going to generally push this up a little bit, because it kind of starts out slow, and in the beginning we don't have a lot to do. So we got a couple minutes. Let's push spacebar to unpause here. I'm going to go with fast speed, so you can see my science vessel moving around here to start
the vast distances.
Survey this area. Yeah, it's going to talk about warp drive there. So basically warp drive works like that. If you select this vessel right here and push map, I can warp out to anything in this dotted line here. I can sense anything in this internal area right here, but I can warp out. So I can warp out to here if I wanted to right now, which is probably what I'm going to do. And since this is a belt-based map, and I can't currently warp over across the arms, I'm going to send a science vessel that direction and one this direction to start finding out what other AIs exist and what planets are habitable for me, so I can start expanding it right away. So that's why I wanted to build that second science vessel. So let's let it rip right here again.
Researching new technologies
So,
will be critical to our
Crown
success.
Princess
I tell
Sue,
you this not merely as a product of an
technologies, is the new heir to our empire and will take the throne when our current ruler dies. So we're going to change her name. Oh, usually you can right-click to dismiss. Usually you can click it and you can change stuff, but apparently not. I think she's under leaders, which I think if we go here, we'll see leaders. So planets, leaders.
The Factions tab provides an overview.
Yeah, factions are a little bit different. You can have different like loyalists and different factions within your empire. We'll explain that as we get into the game a little bit. But I thought I could do... No, I thought I could click my leader dude. And we're clicking the empire here, right? Oh, here we go. There we go. There's my leader. So I can't see my heir, but I can probably change my heir's name when it's done. What? Click to rename. You're got a new name. Let's maybe 1894513. The hard part is going to be remembering all these guys, since their names are not very they just don't really have a... Maybe we can have a designator. Like when you get a title, you get a designator so that people can know what you are. So he's the governor of Bo-Ki-Ras, right? So there we go. Governor of Bo-Ki-Ras. Let's rename this guy. He's just gonna have a weird number. He's number 8. And he's the what is he a scientist of? Oh, he's surveying. He's got a science vessel. Science vessel 1. He's science vessel 1. Alright, so we're gonna have to rename the ships too. E01. Yeah, we need to rename that. It sucks that we gotta rename everything. I wish I could put in like numbers or something like that. So he is actually on E Science Vessel 1. And they're just going to number their stuff like that. 1, 2, 3. Why don't we do this? We'll give a 01. Right? There might be, you know, up to 100 of these. So this guy's a scientist. He is engineering. So we're going to put... He is number... and he is number 12. And he is the engineering scientist. There we go. It sucks having to rename these, but they're kind of fun this way. As you can see, I'm kind of keeping with the thousands batch, because if they're too far apart, they would be dead, wouldn't they? This guy is a really large batch here, and this guy is... I think it'd be Psi E, so this is Psi S. Right? This is Psi E. There we go, and this guy is Psi Physics, right? 18239, and you're number 1. He's the first of the batch. Psi Physics. There we go. Okay, so we renamed all those guys. I don't think we have any extra recruits, which is fine. Once we get our new ship, we're going to want to pick out a new... we're going to want to buy a new scientist for our science vessel. We're also going to want an admiral for our fleet, but I don't think we need one just yet, because I don't have a lot of influence points. I don't want to spend them all. So we can't rename the new leader yet. So let's rename the science vessel. Where is this thing? Oh, there it is. How do you rename it? Can we? Oh, what? No. Great. That's awesome. Can you rename it? Click to select, double click, or right click to go to. So I can't rename this. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't think I can anyway, right? Click to rename. Here we go. ESV01, right? ESV01. Extension Science Vessel 01. Awesome. Oh well. Can I rename the class? Probably. Alright, so let's do it the same thing with the construction ship. This is the E Constructor 01. There we go. They don't have special dudes, special leaders. That's going to do it for episode 1. We're a little bit over the time, actually. Let me know what you think, and hopefully this is going to be really fun. Really off to a decent start, I guess. I mean, really, what can you do in the first episode? There's not a lot of conflict or anything. But I think this is going to go really well. I think we've got a good setup. And I will see you guys on episode 2. And let me know in the video description or in the comment section what you think. If you're playing Stellaris and what you like to do in your Stellaris games, any tips you can give me would be great. I don't know everything about the game, obviously. It's my first playthrough. Also, if you like this episode and this series, please like and share it. That really helps the channel a lot. It's just the way YouTube works, that views are great, but really what they like to see is sharing and liking and things like that. Also follow me on Twitter, like I already said. Check out my Hearts of Iron 4 series. I will link there will be a link in the video description, and always everyone, stay frosty.